When you run a farm in India, having 5 sons is an asset. But when only one is married, it's also a burden.
3 of my sons can still get married, but the eldest one, it's going to be impossible to find a wife for him.
I never thought it would be this difficult for us to get married.
For every 10 boys, fewer than 8 girls are born. Family life here in this agricultural part of India remains deeply patriarchal. Parents here want a male heir to carry on the family farm, but also so he can bring in a wife and she can look after the parents in old age. The problem is every family's quest for a male heir has led to a critical shortage of daughters and women to marry. The Huda family's only married son, Balkrishna, found his wife more through cunning than romance.
My cousin told me that one of his relatives was looking for someone to marry their daughter and were in talks with other families. I reached her place that very night and got married.
Balkrishna's brothers are finding out this society's focus on boys and the disturbing abortion rates of female babies impose a lifelong legacy.
Abortions are the biggest reason why there is a lack of girls here.
Everyone's afraid of having girls because of dowry.
The tradition of dowries is rooted in the belief that a woman is a burden on her husband and he deserves to be compensated with money or gifts. It makes having a baby girl an expensive prospect. The advent of ultrasound technology offered a way out. Abortion rates skyrocketed. Dowries and gender testing are both forbidden in India, but the bans are largely ineffective. Nearly 750,000 female fetuses are aborted in India each year.
I don't think it actually is specific to India. I think it's an Asian thing, in that the boy will probably work and support you in your old age. And the boy will be more useful to the family. And the girl belongs to someone else. As soon as she gets married, she'll go somewhere else. That, I think, is the basis of this ridiculous belief.
On the outskirts of the Indian capital, I've come to meet Sumitra Devi.
Hello, James.
Hello, madam. Mother of 2 daughters. The eldest is enrolled at Harvard. The youngest, Shalini, is studying to become a pharmacist.
I'm very proud of our daughters. We've worked really hard to make them successful, and so have they. All of us, including my daughters, have made a lot of sacrifices to reach this stage of our lives.
Shalini Khatri and her sister value their independence now, but accept the inevitability of an arranged marriage.
And if they will ask about the dowry and all, then we will deny that we are well educated.
But her proud mother concedes the family may still have to pay if they are to marry.
Everyone does it, so we have to as well, even if that means taking a loan. That's society's norm.
The Indian government admits the dowry system is still flourishing, despite being outlawed.
Some family demands it. You know, they sort of see their unemployed lout of a son still worth more than that charming young girl he's marrying. So she has to come armed with a bed and a mirror and a branded motorcycle. It's just so annoying.
For Dr. Mithu Khurana, it's deeply personal.
There's this nonsense and insensible craze for sons and hatred for daughters.
It all began when she married a fellow doctor.
It was an arranged marriage, and we were engaged, and we were married around, I think, 6 months after the engagement.
When she became pregnant with twin girls in 2007, she was overjoyed.
Did I always want children? Yes, I did.
During her pregnancy, Mithu says she fell ill and was taken to hospital.
I came back, and from that day onwards, my husband and in-law started pressurizing me for an abortion. And the pressure was either you get one of them aborted or both of them.
Only later did she learn she'd been given a fetal ultrasound.
This part of the ultrasound was done without my consent, without my knowledge, because I was sedated, and that in itself is illegal.
Hospital documents confirm the test was carried out.
What does this say?
This is basically the ultrasound fetus 1, fetus 2. This is all the, the dimensions of the fetuses.
Vivekananda refused her husband's demands for an abortion. She's now suing him for conspiracy to kill her unborn daughters and is raising them alone with the help of her parents.
They are the reason I'm alive. I don't want my daughters to face all that I faced. I want to hand them over a better life.
Back in Haryana, the lack of girls has seen a darker market flourish. Babita Malik lived in a village in Tripura on the other side of India when one day she was taken.
There were 2 to 3 people that came with my husband. It's only when I reached this village that I realised I've gotten married.
Babita Malik says her marriage to Mahavir was arranged by an agent who paid her brother.
No, we didn't give any money to the agent. We just have to look after him. In total, this wedding cost 20,000 rupees.
Yes, there was.
Trafficking is illegal, but so-called marriage brokers are allowed. Babita has had to accept her situation.
I didn't know about the lifestyle in Haryana. I was a little girl when I got married and came here. How would I have known what it would be like?
The Huda family still hope their sons can find marriages the old-fashioned way. Mother, Rajbir, is still calling on local matchmakers, but she knows that centuries of tradition will still take generations to change.
My sons may well remain bachelors throughout their life. They don't have a choice. I don't think there is any solution for this problem.